Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new to my channel. This is Maggie May Crochets and I'm Maggie. This is a series for the absolute beginner crocheter, and this video is video number 5. In the last few videos we learned how to create a single crochet, a half double crochet, and today's lesson is the double crochet. The double crochet is very similar to a half double crochet. There's just one extra step added. The difference is that the double crochet is about a stitch taller than a half double crochet, and a double crochet is twice as tall as a single crochet. I'll also show you how to weave in the ends of your yarn when you're finished with your project. To begin our swatch, we'll chain 18. You want to make your chain relatively loosely. So I have 18 chains, and to begin your double crochet you'll go into the 4th chain from your hook. This would be chain 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over, go into the 4th chain from your hook, yarn over, bring it around. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, bring your yarn through 2, yarn over, bring your yarn through 2. And that's your first double crochet. We'll go into the next loop, yarning over. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, bring through 2, yarn over, bring through 2. You'll notice that we went into the 4th loop from the chain. This 3 chains here gives you the height that's needed for each of your rows, and we're going to count this turning chain as your first double crochet. So actually right now we've got 1, 2, 3 double crochets. So I'm going to start my next one by yarning over, going into the next chain, yarn over, bring my yarn through. I have 3 loops on my hook, bringing my hook through 2, and then the final 2. Okay, yarn over into the next chain, bring it through, yarn over, bring it through 2 loops, yarn over, bring through 2 loops. Okay, yarn over into the next chain, bring it through. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, bring through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, bring through the last 2. Remember, if you're having a hard time determining where your next stitch will go, you can pull up on your hook and you'll see this large hole here, larger hole. That's the stitch you just created, so you'll need to follow this yarn into the next. This would be your next chain right here. Yarning over into the next chain, bringing the yarn through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Okay, this will be my last chain in this row. So I'll put my last double crochet into that chain. Now, just to confirm, we're going to count to make sure that I've got all of the double crochets that I need. I should have 16. Remember, we're counting the first row, the turning chain, as 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. When you reach the end, you'll do 3 chains as a turning chain because we want to have the same height across, and doing 3 chains will give us the height of a double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and you'll turn your work remembering which direction you turn each time. I like to turn my work away from me. Now this turning chain is going to count as a double crochet. This is the loop that it would be coming out of, the V that it would come out of, the first space. So we're going to actually skip this particular space and go into the second chain, or the second V. This is our turning chain. It's coming from this space, so we're going into the second one. Yarn over into the second chain, pull through two, pull through two. If you turn your work so that you're looking at the top of it, you can see this V. You'll want to put your hook underneath both loops or strands or lines of the V. Okay, you'll be doing that all the way across. Yarn over underneath two loops of the next V, pulling it through, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Yarning over, going into the next V. You can see this V. You have two vertical lines here, pull on it, that'll show you the V you're in. You're going into the next one. Putting your hook underneath both loops of that V, pulling it through, yarning over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Okay, when you get to the very end here, it can be pretty tricky. So we've counted, or I'll count with you, so that you can see where the next double crochet will need to go. We count the first chain three, our turning chain, as 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have a 16th double crochet we need to get in here, and this can be kind of difficult to look and see where it will go. You can see this chain here. It actually needs to go into this particular chain right here, the V of this chain. If you follow along the V's through here, or the chain, sorry, through here, you'll see that this is the next one in that row. So we'll wrap our yarn around, come underneath both parts of this chain, one, two. Okay, so now that's the 16. Now we'll chain three, 1, 2, 3, turn our work away, and we need to work our way across this way now, remembering that the first space here is where we would put a double crochet, but we're counting this as our double crochet, so we're not going to double crochet into this space, we're going into the next chain. Okay, coming on the end again. And just so that we are sure that we have enough double crochets, I'm going to count. You can end up, you'll see or hear people say that their work is forming a triangle. It's either coming in or going out, and that's usually because they have not counted in between each row. And I can't stress this enough when you're first starting, to just go back and count each of your stitches so that you have consistent work. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we need one more to create 16 across, and it's going to be going in right here at the end. This end is a little easier to distinguish that final V here, that first chain. You want to make sure you're under both parts of that V. Pulling through two, and chaining 3. 1, 2, 3, turn your work away, and you'll continue on. Part of what happens when you skip this first space and count your chain 3 as a double crochet is sometimes you'll get a little bigger space in here. And like I was saying before, as you progress with your crocheting, there are tips and tricks that people use to make this space less noticeable. But as we're first learning how to do a double crochet, I think we won't confuse things by going into that. Let's just work on creating double crochets and making our turns. We are skipping this first space that our double crochet would go into, but we're going to consider this chain 3 as our first double crochet. So we go into the next V. I think I'll show you how to finish off and then how to weave in your ends on a piece that's already completed, okay? So I'm just going to finish off by pulling my yarn through. And you want to create a pretty good loop and have about 6 inches or so of a tail just to help weave in your ends so that you have enough yarn to work with. So you can take your hook out, pull your yarn through the end there, and then pull tight, and that will kind of make a little knot for you on your end. So next I'm going to talk about how to weave in your ends. To do this, you're going to need a needle, a yarn needle or a darning needle, something that's got a really big eye so that you can thread yarn through it. I have 2 different types here. I have this plastic one and a metal one. I kind of prefer the plastic one because it's a little more flexible, but this eye I think might be easier to thread with the yarn for this. Yeah, I was trying to get it through here earlier and it was not too easy. So depending on the width of your yarn, this works well here. Okay, so when you do finish crocheting and you've finished off your end, you want to leave a long enough tail so that you can weave this in. Now you've got 2 sides to your work. This is the right side and this is the back of the work. So if you want to make your weaving in less noticeable, you're going to want to try to weave it in through the back side of your work. So turn your work over, and all you're going to do is just take your needle and kind of feed it through your work in a little bit of a zigzag pattern, and then come back so that if, over time the end doesn't work its way out and you don't have any strings hanging out of your work. So I'll just take it and kind of sew it through just throughout the work. Now you want to make sure that your work won't be seen, or the extra yarn isn't seen through the other side. So one way you can check is to make sure that when you put the needle through, you can't see the needle on the other side, and then you won't see the yarn going through. So I'm just kind of sewing randomly through and bringing my yarn down into my work. And then I'm going to come across a little bit. And you really can't see where the yarn's going through. And again, I'm working on the back side, so that helps hide it too. And then I'll come back up a little bit. And you see I've kind of made a loop all the way around. So the chances that this is going to come out or be seen or unravel in any way is pretty slim. I'm going to bring my yarn up and over here, and then I'm going to come back one more time. I mean, you just can't do too much of this, I don't think, as long as it's not bulking up anywhere. My dog is chewing her food down there below us if you hear crunching. All right, so scissors, there they are. And there you have it. So this was the back side, and you really can't see where I put any of that work. And here's the front. So today's lesson, we learned how to do a double crochet, and I think the next video I put out, I'm going to show you how to use that double crochet to make a scrunchie. I made one earlier, and this is just a double crochet around a hair tie. So I think that'll be the next video, and I apologize for there being such a long span of time between this video and the last. I have 2 other YouTube channels. One is on household repairs, and the other one is a cooking channel. If you're interested in baking bread or plant-based cooking, you might want to check it out. It's called Maggie's Musings. I'll leave a link below. I'm kind of excited about that particular channel. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is a big deal, I guess, in YouTube land. So I'm kind of excited about that. I think 30 subscribers away now today. But anyway, this particular channel, I don't know if you know this backstory on this, I decided to put together because I teach, and some of my students wanted to learn how to crochet, so I said we would get together and have a little crochet club, and they asked if I could make videos so they could practice at home. So that's what started all this, but I'm just loving it, and I hope you're finding it helpful. If you are, please give the video a like and consider subscribing, and check out some of my other channels. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.